in the building, man.
What's poppin', Talks fam? You can now listen to our show on demand. To keep up with our latest shows, some of our favorite moments, and exclusive interviews, make sure you head over to iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Baby, what you wanna do?
Playing nothing but bangers.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Normani.
Hey, this Cardi B.
What's poppin' Atlanta? Keep the party going all weekend.
Show me you outside, boy.
Hey, I'm Emma.
With Abbie Knights, DJ Rhea, Jenny Ruby, and DJ Cadence on.
What's up? This is Magic Jordan.
This is Drizzy Drake.
I know you've been searching for someone.
The Abbie Knights Show.
We're back, everyone. It's myself, Abbie Knights, DJ Cadence, Jenny Ruby, and our special guest today, Cyrus Pynn. How's everyone doing today?
Top of the morning. How you doing?
I'm doing, I think, good, sort of. I like how we're all, like, truly festive today. You know,
Hey,
Cadence
best
brought
time
his
of the
Care
year.
Bear outfit back today. But you
Because
didn't
I
do the face
care.
paint.
No, I didn't do the face paint.
I was looking forward to that.
I had a holiday. I had a Halloween party. It was a long day. So my Halloween outfit for the club was I was the 3 or 4 Mikes. I was Michael Jackson, Michael Myers, Mike Tyson, and Michael Jordan. So I had them all
love
together
that.
in one costume.
I love that.
So
That's good.
It's pretty.
It was
dope.
a 4
It's pretty
mics
good.
throughout, so you had 4 events to go to.
No, I only had one event to go to, but I just did my costume as one. So I had the Michael Myers outfit with the mask, but on my mask I had the Mike Tyson little face tattoo thing, and then I had my Michael Jackson wig, and I had my Jordans. So yeah, did a little bit of everything, you know.
Oh, okay. I thought you had 4
Carried a
events.
big knife around. Everybody was kind of scared. People didn't know who I was. It was pretty funny. I was in character all night. I DJ'd. I didn't even move while I was DJing. I just stood there like Michael Myers and DJ'd and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
That's freaking hilarious. I love that. Jenny, you're looking really cute too. Hold on, we got to see the whole outfit. We can't even see it. Yes, come on. 360.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Go girl.
I got this outfit because I saw this bone and I wanted to put the bone on my head.
I thought that was gonna go a whole different
The
direction.
whole inspiration was this.
Just the bone. That was it.
Just the
Yes.
bone.
And then,
Nice.
yeah. And then the dress, of course.
Of course, of
Well, it
course.
looks very nice. I like it.
And then the daddy part. Yeah.
I knew it was gonna get there eventually. Cy, welcome back. How have you been? We haven't talked in a whole year, so you got to update us. Listen, everyone, Cy is evolving. He throws knives now.
Oh,
Also.
wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Everything's been evolving so much. It has been a year since we've last talked. Back then, we was really just a sword swallower and juggler and fire eater. But
Just.
now I've
It's not just, by the way.
right. Just
Go ahead.
Just a
in my
little.
realm. Yeah. but now I'm actually getting to perform something that I've been wanting to do for years. Now I have been training in knife throwing for years. But to actually like bring it to the stage in a very polished act and have a dedicated partner to do it with, because nobody's interested in a knife thrower all by himself. You got to have the live assistant with it. So my beautiful wife actually agreed to practice with me and then step up to the board. And now we've officially performed our knife throwing show a few times now.
Nice.
And they at the Renaissance Fair and a couple of variety shows. And it's an action-packed show now. It's like I'm definitely fulfilling the whole idea of being an impalement artist, as the whole title goes. Like working with the swords, working with the knives. Even just recently got a crossbow, so I'm working on crossbow stunts as well.
Oh, wow.
So it's being a master of weaponry.
That is insane. Wow. How did your wife react? Like, did she volunteer for this, or were you like, "Hey, babe, so listen, can we talk? I was thinking maybe you might, trust me enough to throw a bunch of knives at you." Like, how did this happen?
Well, it's because she's known that I've been wanting to do this act for a long time.
Yeah.
And she knows my skill behind it as well. And I've had a couple other knife girls already that have stood up to the board and just came in to do a short act in a show that I did before, like a couple of years back, but not one to this caliber. And the big problem is I live in Orange County, California, and most of the performance girls that I know live up in LA, and so the commute is just absolutely huge to get all practices in. And so she actually was the one to recommend that she step up to the board and join the act.
So you drive up to LA for your bookings, correct?
Sometimes, like I'll
So wait,
work
have you ever got pulled over
they...
and there's just like a ton of knives, and then they ask you what it's for?
Thankfully, I'm a safe driver. I'm one of the safer drivers out here, so I've never gotten pulled over. I'm waiting for the day that somebody pulls me over and has that suspicious question. You got any weapons in the car? It's like, oh, you have no idea.
Yeah. But then have proof for why you have them, which is cool.
Well, yeah, definitely have the proof, and because I actually do have sword swallower friends who have gotten pulled over in the past, and they actually got out of the ticket because they told the truth. Saying, like, I have these swords because I swallow them. I'm a performer. And then the cop says, like, hey, will you put one down for me? I've never seen that. It's like, can I get out of the ticket? And they go, sure thing.
If you can make it right.
I feel like if that was me, I would just carry swords in my car all the time just to be able to do that.
I do.
Yeah, because it's guaranteed you're gonna get out of a ticket for that one. I don't know too many want to get a ticket for that. That's dope.
Have you ever stabbed anyone?
In all technicality, yes, because I before I was a sword swallower and knife thrower and all around circus artist and all, I was a competitive fencer, and there's actually a story where I actually literally did stab someone during a tournament, and that is our when we were fencing, we were neck and neck. We were down to the last point. We were 4 points against 4 points, and so the next point won. We won't make this too long, but we lunged real hard and deep into each other, not a euphemism, and the hand guards of our weapons got locked together, like they hooked against each other. The problem was he missed me, like his went like run underneath my arm and went past me. He didn't even hit me, but my weapon actually went straight into his shoulder, and because the hand guards were locked. And I'm trying to get it out there. This point is digging deeper and deeper and deeper into his shoulder, even though he's wearing the protective equipment. It is digging in there. When I finally got it back out and I met up with him later on, he showed me what it was, and I literally had pierced his shoulder. So I actually, short story long, I actually have stabbed someone before.
No big deal.
So fencing is a contact sport then. We've made that official now.
Yeah. Oh, yes. It's contact sport, all right.
Me too. I've tried to stab someone before. Mine was intentional.
What, Jenny? We need context. Context, boo. What happened?
Actually, I was young. It was my brother's friends were making fun of me.
You were
I was
young?
so annoyed. I was a kid. I just grabbed the knife. I saw it on TV, and I grabbed the knife just playing around. They're like, "Whoa!" But I didn't stab anyone. No, I have never stabbed anyone. Everyone, I have never stabbed anyone in my life. Okay,
that was not a confession.
In all ways.
Yeah, tell me, Judge.
I've wanted to.
Always add the word "yet."
Yeah, there you go.
I have wanted to, but I have not. And there's no yet.
Oh my goodness. First time for everything, Jenny.
No, let's hope it doesn't get there.
For me, as far as the knife throwing goes, like I've never stabbed anybody with that. Like in all technicality, I've missed every time.
Oh, well, I was going to ask you that. Go ahead, Cadence.
Have you ever thought about working at the little action place? Where they throw. I know you guys have to have that there. We have it in the Midwest.
Yeah, I've actually. Yeah, they're all over the place here. Yeah. All over the place in California. From LA all the way down to Orange County, and they're up in San Francisco as well. It's become a real hit thing with the whole Viking craze.
Yeah, axe throwing. Yeah, they do have that here too.
I feel like if you came in and showed them that you could swallow knives too, that would automatically get you a job there. So.
No, unfortunately not that. They're very serious there because when it comes to the axe throwing of those bars at those venues, they're more about like the competition axe throwing, whereas I'm the performance type. At
Okay.
Yeah.
But I did apply there once, and I actually ended up not getting the job. Not because I didn't think I was good or at like teaching axe throwing or I was responsible or anything. It was purely because I couldn't work on the weekends. I am a circus artist, and most of my gigs are on the weekends.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That does make sense. That's crazy though. I was gonna ask you like if you've actually like ever not missed or actually missed hitting somebody because
Now the only time that it's actually really happened, and I'll technically happen, was I practiced in my garage, and my wife was very very kind enough to fill around and be able to find me a mannequin and to practice with. I actually have a dress mannequin that I put up in front of the board, and I throw
Like Jeffrey Dahmer. You have like a Jeffrey Dahmer man.
No, not that.
Oh my God.
But I call her Nell. Nell the necklace because she's a headless mannequin, and I throw knives and axes around her, and I try different stunts and different routines and different speeds, and Nell
better
has
than your
taken
wife being the guinea
damage.
pig like that. So that's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
I'm sure she likes that. That was a very smart idea. That's why women are so amazing. Because women think
That's why
like
we have
that.
women in our life.
A guy
They have
would
good
be like,
ideas.
hey, go stand right here, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna stand over here, and then hope you don't get your head chopped off. And meanwhile, your wife's like, you know what? Let me go buy you a mannequin.
Yeah.
Did you think about buying a mannequin first, or did she just bring you a mannequin? You were honey, that's the greatest thing ever.
Oh yeah, I totally did. Actually, it's like it kind of sprouted from the first ever knife throwing performance I ever did, which was roughly 7 years ago, where it was for a haunted house thing where they had a sideshow out front to entertain the long lines of people that were coming through. This was back in Virginia, and it was during the election between Trump and Hillary, and nobody wanted to be my partner at that time. It's like they had no idea what skill I had with knife throwing. Nobody really wanted to step up to the board. So what I did instead was I had a blow-up doll, basically a blow-up sex doll that I taped to the board, and I put a Hillary Clinton mask on it. And a little pantsuit, and that was the act. It was a comedy act, and it's like for anybody out there, it's like we also had a Trump thing. We had a Trump head at the foot of the stage spewing out blood in a fountain. That's just to balance that out. But yeah, whenever I did the knife throwing, I would throw it around the blow up doll. And I would never pop her, and it's an act that totally didn't work either. It's because a knife throwing act is not a comedy act. It's a danger thrill act. So nobody really liked it until somebody actually stepped up to the board.
I just want to say that we have been very good today. We've had a lot of innuendos today that normally wouldn't have made it through the show, and we have actually made it through, me and Jenny. So high five to us.
Yeah, high five to you guys, because typically, Cy is like.
I can't wait, man. I can't figure out which way.
There you go. Wait, the other way. Yep.
I don't.
Whatever, we got it.
I don't know.
Typically, Cy, I mean, from the last time, by the time we're like 2 minutes in, it's like, well, yep, good
I
thing
have
this isn't
matured.
live.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, story of my career.
In the 7 days, she has matured. So good job, Jen.
Good
I am
job.
a father now.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Right. You're a cute father, though. I will say, you and your
father.
I was going to say boner, but since you got your little bone on your head.
Hey,
yeah.
I know y'all probably haven't seen. If you need to go follow Jenny, if you haven't, you need to go follow Jenny. But Jenny's living her best life again, because I just seen Jenny out in the middle of the sand, enjoying her life and stuff, skiing out surfing out in the sand and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's called sandboarding.
Sandboarding, okay, that's what's
it's
up.
like
That's
snowboarding
dope.
on the sand. Yeah, I flew all the way across the world just to do that. That was the main thing I wanted to do.
She flew out.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's cool. I still got to go to the pyramids. I can't wait to go. So I'm supposed to go for my birthday in February. I'm hoping that everything works out so I can go, because I really want to go see
You will go. Just focus on it. You will go.
There you go. That part.
You will go.
Look at Jenny. She went to Dubai, Cy. And she was living her best life in them little tiny little shorts with her legs showing. Yeah, she was
hot.
cute.
It was like 108 degrees.
Oh, you don't want to go in a spacesuit out there? No.
108 degrees. It is hot. Hot.
It did look really cool though. I would highly recommend anybody that goes. Jenny said it was like the experience of a lifetime. So you have to go. And you look so cute doing it. Yes, Jenny. Round of applause.
I was
to
the only
you.
one who didn't bust my ass. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Look at you. You should feel so proud.
I am.
Achievement unlocked.
It's a good thing. Good thing you're not the one swallowing the swords, right? Jenny's just out here being cute sandboarding. I was going to say snowboarding, but obviously it wasn't.
Some people just have it easy.
That's coming up.
What do you have for us today, Cy? I feel like we never know what's coming like up with you because like you, I mean, we never know. The last time he was on the show, everybody, he just casually threw in that he like eats light bulbs too. And I was like, I just had a lot of questions like, how do you chew on it without cutting your mouth? How do you get rid of the light bulb once you eat it? Like, there's a lot of questions.
Is it in your dookie?
I mean, the general answer is yes. Like, I think it's literally eating a light bulb, so it goes down and passes through. And and how you do it without cutting yourself is you do it carefully.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
you basically chew it like it's a mixture of Captain Crunch and peanut brittle.
Oh no!
Yeah, see, I'm not about that life. I'm not cut out for
that.
What? Captain Crunch
can
and
do that one.
Peanut brittle.
Oh my gosh!
It's an interesting way to look at it. But what do you have for us today? Are you going to be doing anything for us today? Obviously, you're not throwing knives, I hope. Are you?
Yeah,
he's going to be showing us his stool.
I mean, I do have a...
Jenny, I cannot.
Yeah, actually...
Welcome back, Cy.
Welcome to the show, people. Welcome
to the show, Jenny. I do have a blade over in the corner if you want me to put one down for you. I just got off of a flight coming back from a Halloween gig that I did in Baltimore. They're working with Cirque Mechanics, an absolutely amazing circus. Is that we did this whole Circus Spectacular Freak Show thing for a corporate event at a casino. So most of my swords are packed away, but I actually do have one. Right here.
You want me to just put it down for you, just casually?
Well, it's just like it's become more or less
down the hatchet,
for me to do it.
Oh my God! Look at all those swords.
Oh yeah, that's a collection that I don't swallow.
I was gonna say, I hope you're not swallowing that. Those look like lengthy.
Wow.
Yeah, they're lengthy, but they're the sharp cutters and whatnot. The ones
Wait, does your wife do that part also?
What was that?
Does she swallow the knives also? Or just the
axe? No, she's not. Yeah, she's not a circus artist. She this is being my knife girl is the most circusy thing that she's ever done. And before she, because her actual job is an X-ray tech. She's one of the best X-ray techs in California. How
ironic. So
I know, right?
She never has to do her job with you. Like that's
crazy. Yeah, that's what she always says. Like, hopefully, I don't have to go to work or see you at my work. But she's an X-ray tech. But before she was doing that, she was a competitive swing dancer. So she definitely
That's so cool.
is a performer. Yeah. Like she has stage presence and showmanship and all of that. But she's never done any circus-like stuff before, and she's actually like getting more and more interested in it now that she's been working with me, like doing the knife throwing thing. Mm-hmm. And especially because there's this piece that I've recently built that I call the Staircase of Swords. And it's exactly how it sounds. It's a small, 4-step staircase, and each step is a sword with the sharp edge pointing up. And basically, I walk up and down it barefoot, and don't cut myself. And she's actually, because of her showmanship and her trust in her balance. And she actually is wanting to try that one out, so that might be another circus act that she get into, and maybe one of these days I might teach her to eat fire. I don't know, whatever she wants to do.
Have you ever thought about working at the mall where you get the swords and stuff, like to get a discount? I'm always thinking about trying to get a discount somewhere. That's why I was thinking about working at the
Where do they sell swords at the mall?
They always have the little places like Third Planet and stuff. I don't know. Here we have a place called
It has to be a Kansas.
They sell like ninja swords and all that stuff like that. Like they don't have those places.
Cheap wall hangers.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're cheap.
Yeah, they have them. They don't have them. They don't have them as much out here. With it being California.
No, we don't have that here.
Cheap wall hanger stuff. But I work at Renaissance fairs, so there's swords all over the place there, and I don't need to I don't really
I've never
need a
heard of
job,
any of
anything
these
like
stores
that.
before, by the way.
Me either. News
Well,
to
the
me.
Renaissance Fair is not a store. It's an actual event that, like, they take everything. I know about that. 'Cause
Oh,
we
that's
have
where
it
they
there.
eat the turkey leg?
Yeah, the turkey
Yeah.
legs
Okay.
and all the stuff like that. Yeah.
Jenny would know about the food part.
Turkey leg. I don't even eat turkey, but
Naturally.
I just see that.
Oh wow. Sorry, I do have a question though. Are you still just casually just hammering nails into your face too?
I actually don't do that one as much anymore. Like I still can do it because it's like it's one of the easiest stunts that I do. But believe it or not, people can handle the sword swallowing better than blockhead, better than me.
I
hammering
agree.
a nail
I
in my
agree.
face.
I agree.
I'm just like, do you have hobbies outside of this? Because the ideas that you
Oh,
come
yeah.
up with sometimes, I'm like, stairs made out of like knives. Like what? Why? Why?
Because people will watch. That's why.
Were your parents into this? Were they cool with this? Or were you like a rebel and they were just pretty much mad at you
Like
for doing all this stuff?
there's still a rumor going around that I was adopted because because nobody in my family did. The closest thing to this is I had a grandfather that could walk on his hands. Like that's it. That's the only connection I have with any of this. I do kind of blame my dad for this because he showed me Jackass and he showed me Ripley's Believe It or Not, and they took me to see circuses and professional wrestling shows, and of course took me to the Renaissance Fair where I saw my first sword swallower. So like they definitely they saw where all this sprouted out, but yeah, they've never done anything like this before. They're not in that sort of business or in that sort of skill set. So when I first showed them that I could do all this, they were, for the most part, pretty shocked.
And they're not carnies or nothing like that. They don't.
No, far from it.
See, because in my head, I just figured y'all were like a family full of carnies, and you've been swallowing swords since you were 12 years old and all that stuff. I didn't. So, wow,
so a lot of people think that it's just passed on, and a lot of times that's true. Because I know so many circus people where it's they were born in the circus. Like they are like some different generation of circus that's been going on forever in their family.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm first generation.
Like what? Okay, so you went to grab a sword. What kind of sword do you have today? Because I know you have those that kind of are like curved. There's straight ones.
Yeah, it's like this was just a normal one that I'm hanging around the house.
Normal.
Now this one in particular, because it's again, it's not very long. It's one of the more basic swords I use. But this one in particular, why I have this one just hanging around the house is because I'm actually going to try something very, very stupid with this one. Not today, but soon. And I'll go ahead and just say it. At some point, I'm going to light this sucker on fire. And then I'm going to put this down my throat.
Oh, my God.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why?
That's crazy.
How? Wait.
Why? Because people will watch. That's why. It's like it's some. It was actually there was a TV show that was asking me if I could do it. Then they wanted to bring me on. It's just specifically they wanted a sword swallower who could swallow a sword that was literally on fire. Now I've seen sword swallowers do that before. I've seen only a couple that have actually done that before. But when they went searching for a sword swallower who could do it, they found nobody. Literally nobody could do it. But I work with some of, in my honest opinion, I work with some of the best fire performers in the world to give me advice on how this could work. This isn't something I will do like every show or anything, but but it is possible to light this blade on fire and then put it down and basically do a combination sword swallowing fire eating stunt.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Y'all keep the day job on my side. I am not built for that life. He said, this is just one of the basic swords, just one of those you can just kind of put down, no big deal.
Okay, show us now.
Yeah, I can show you now. It's like here. And a hatch.
He has to lick it. He has to lick it first, get it moist. Oh, Lord.
I'll tell you another reason why I actually lick it.
Don't make him laugh, Jenny. Like, we don't want to be responsible. He laughs and something like that.
I'm not. He's fine. He's a professional. He can.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
No one sees what he's doing. You got to see what he's doing.
I'm scared.
I'm taking out my popcorn for this.
Oh, and he just leaned forward. Oh, my God.
I can do it.
And he does it like it's like no big deal.
No
now do it.
Well, I've been doing it for the past 9 years, so I would hope it's not much of a big deal now.
Jenny, what'd you say?
Now do a cartwheel while it's in your throat.
Yeah, do a cartwheel because nobody's ever satisfied. Can you name the guy who actually did a cartwheel with a sword down his throat?
He died.
Is that possible?
No, he's alive. No, it's funny. It's because I actually get that
That's a real thing?
shows every now and then. Like, people will yell out, it's like, do a backflip, do a cartwheel, stand on your hands, or stand
That's
on
me.
your
Don't mind.
And I'll challenge them. I'll even say, just like, do you even know the name of the guy who does that? Because there is a guy who's gotten famous on America's Got Talent. No, actually, all the Got Talents for doing that. His name is Alex Magala. He's absolutely fantastic. He has probably one of the scariest sword swallowing shows I've ever seen. And now, granted, it's like he just swallows a basic sword, but he has a body chiseled to perfection, and he's an aerialist as well as gymnast, and he will swallow a sword while doing backflips and while spinning around on a Chinese pole, and like it will put a sword down his throat and then be up on the top of the pole hanging upside down and do a nose breaker drop, stopping it with the sword or just barely touching the ground. And the guy's absolutely nuts, but that's his name, Alex Magala. But nobody whoever tells me do a backflip knows the guy's name. It's like, yeah, until you tell me that guy's name or until you show me that you can do a backflip, like you have to be satisfied with me. Oh, I don't know, doing what you already cannot do.
Exactly. I am curious though. How is hammering nails into your face an easy stunt?
Oh, it's because it's something you can learn overnight. Not telling you this because you encouraging you to try it or anything.
I won't be trying.
I can trust you all. I'm talking more of the anybody who's listening, because this is it's much worse than a Tide Pod. You do it wrong, you will die. But it is just a thing of having the guts to do it.
But how do you teach someone that? Like, how did you learn?
How did I learn? I went to Coney Island Sideshow School, and it's a thing. And Coney Island, New York, at the sideshow up there, they around once or twice a year, they do a week-long master class in basic sideshow arts where they teach you the basics of sword swallowing, whether you get it down or not. That just goes in practice. But they also teach you fire eating and the blockhead and the animal traps, and they got glass walking and
what's animal traps?
Animal traps. So they like I'll take a mouse trap and I'll snap it on my tongue, or I will have a 1.5 powered fox trap and I'll smash my hand into it. And then we got some of the more ballsy people that will take like a big coyote trap or even a bear trap, and they'll like smash an elbow or a knee or a foot in it, and then come out unscathed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a lot of interesting acts. If you ever actually get the
life.
chance, even if you go and don't try anything, the Coney Island Sideshow School is one of the most amazing experiences ever. Naturally, I went and I tried literally everything, even snake handling. I hate snakes, and I even held a snake.
I like snakes. Did you see any mishap? Like, did anything happen? Did anyone get hurt or die?
Not seriously. It's like, when we did the glass walking, there was a little cut. When we did
when you walk barefoot? Is that when you walk barefoot?
Yeah, you walk barefoot on broken glass. And when we first tried blockhead. No, not really. I mean, there is, but like I'm not going to tell you that now. You have to go.
Gotta go to the school,
right? Yeah, you go to the school.
Crusty feet to start.
But that's the thing
about
when it comes
feet.
to.
Yeah, I feel like that's the prereq to walk across glass. You might not even need to. The people that you see walk around barefoot going to the bodega, the corner store. Like those are the perfect candidates to go to that school. I already seen it
in my head. I already seen it.
Man, they be walking out here. I don't even in these dirty New York City streets. I'm like, that heel, that peeling heel.
Anyways. Hey, that heel look like you can strike a match with it.
Yeah. It's like literal cracks and stuff. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Somebody's definitely tried that somewhere. I just don't understand like how you even pick your swords, how you have like such a wide variety, how it's different. How is it different with the curved one versus the straight one? I know that didn't sound good. We're talking about swords here, people.
Yeah. Besides the obvious, I mean, it's like you
have to turn sideways for that.
Yeah, I absolutely
you do.
have to turn very specifically. It took me about a month and a half to get my first sword down, just like the regular average sword. All right, but it took me almost 5 months to get the curved one down because I had to go like inch by inch and curve by curve, or until I got it all the way down. And I have to be very, very specific about that thing. There's like one wrong move. Like there's actually, believe it or not, there is a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to these swords. Not a lot, but there is a little bit. As like if something goes a little bit wrong, I can adjust myself a little bit, and then I'll go the rest of the way down. But with a curved sword, there is no room for error at all. Like I have to do that one exactly right every time.
Yeah, and for everyone that's listening, do not try any of this stuff that we're talking about at home. Sai is a professional.
That's true. Wait, I have a question. I'm just going to go there.
Sure.
Okay. So, do you teach your wife this technique for bedroom?
No, I do not. Because believe it or not, there is a solid difference.
Oh, is there?
I would think so. I would hope so.
Yeah, well, the basic difference being sword swallowing is you're relaxing everything and opening up to allow it just to pass through. Whereas the other thing is you do have to give it a good push to get in.
I had to ask. Sorry. Well,
Hey,
thank you for answering.
Hey, it's a common question.
I like it. Makes sense.
Well, they do say actually that a lot of circus performers have a pretty spicy bedroom life. That's what I've heard. I've always seen people talk about it, and they're like,
it's a rumor.
It's a rumor. they're basic, so you just do all the crazy stuff on stage.
Oh, I mean, I can't vouch for every
like,
circus performer. I know a guy. I actually know a guy, Aaron Bong.
We don't have a crazy life.
Yeah. It's like I know a guy. It's like a friend of mine. He's a whip cracker and juggler and fire juggler. His name is Aaron Bonk, and he's heavy into the kink community. Hey, so it's just like, hey, who knew? Guy works with whips. He's in the kink community. But I'm saying it's like teach their own, just like anybody else in everyday life. We're human.
I'm like,
I feel like that would come with the territory if you had whips. That just comes with the whole thing there.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to be the person being practiced on by one of those whips. Have you seen those people performing on stage?
But then it's work, you know? You can look at it as like this is their career, this is what they do, and then the personal bedroom, home life is completely different. You know? Could be that.
Could be.
Sure.
We can hear our time off.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
Very true. I don't listen to the radio in the car, so I could imagine maybe people
you said you don't listen to the radio in the car? You drive in silence sometimes?
I drive in silence, or I listen to talk radio. I don't really listen to a lot of like music. Like, like we get in the car and listen to music. I'm not really that type of person.
I don't listen to anything that I hear in the club at home. And sometimes I sit in silence. So sometimes I agree.
You just meditate and woosah.
Absolutely, yes, actually I do.
Jenny, do you feel inspired to go buy a sword now?
You know what? If I'm on vacation and I see a sword that I like that would fit the aesthetic of my home, I would definitely buy one. But I think I would have to go to like Japan or something. Or I don't know, somewhere that I know stereotypically having swords. Maybe it's
stereotypically.
I have to throw that in, stereotypically.
Think about samurais and all that. Sai, as you can see, there's nothing regular or basic about Jenny. It's like, if I want a sword, let me go to Japan or something to go get it. I'm not going to just go to a local store.
We see what her view of swords is like immediately she thinks sword, she immediately thinks Japan, like Japan who has the samurai, like culture that dedicated their life to the sword. That's where you think. Whereas literally every single culture has their version of the sword. That's no joke. That's no exaggeration.
What's ours, like a machete?
Yeah, machete's a sword. So it's a really long knife or just a really short sword, but yeah, it's a sword.
Is that us? Like, what's the culture of like a sword in Europe?
There's a lot of different countries.
Europe has a lot of them. Because go anything between the saber and the rapier and the long sword, broadsword, arming sword. There's a lot of different swords that came out of Europe.
I feel like they'd have lots of them.
There's options.
You know what? I'll buy a sword. If I see a nice sword that I can put into my home, I'm looking where I would put it right now.
And we'll have to send a picture to Cy just so he can see.
Oh, please
If
do.
and when. It'll be one of my travels. I don't know when and where.
I
we
could
go,
see you like really liking like an Indian sword of some sort, like an Indian, like a curved like Tolwar saber sword. They really
That looks
jeweled
nice.
up.
That kind of fits my home aesthetic because there's nothing Asian in here right now except me.
Yeah, I'm looking around.
Except me.
I almost snorted just now. She's looking around, except me. I'm the only Asian looking thing here. She's very like modern, contemporary, minimalistic, but still homey and cozy type of aesthetic. To give you an idea, Cy.
All my stuff that I have in my house is from like I get from travels of some sort. So
Nothing basic. Once again, a regular. Yeah.
okay, but yes, I'll buy a sword when I see one. It is
variety is
inspiring
best
me.
of luck.
It's actually not.
Yeah,
that
buy
would
a
be
sword.
cool to
Send
have
me a
one.
picture. I want to see what
be
suits
cool.
your sort of your aesthetic or your fashion.
She's really thinking hard about this.
I know. I'm
That's the
thinking
funny
where it
part.
would go. I'm looking.
My first
okay,
thought
anyway.
was Abbie upside down with the knives and everything. That was my first thought. So, I know it's coming now. I know it's gonna happen. So we'll wait for that to get here.
Oh my God. There's it's like the running joke because I have a picture on Instagram side doing a handstand. So it's kind of become like the thing now. Everything is like me doing a handstand now.
I think she low key wants to be in the circus. She doesn't want to tell us right now, but I think she does. If you watch her on Instagram and stuff like that, so a lot of contortion stuff. She's into like contortionist stuff. You gotta watch out for Abbie.
Oh yeah.
So,
Wow.
Circus is fun. It's a fun life.
Yeah, I bet I could learn a trick or two that would come in handy in real life in the circus. Fun on
You'd be
stage,
surprised.
fun after hours. Take the party
Yeah.
home. You know?
there you go.
All that good stuff. No, but I think it's super interesting. I mean, I'm not really like big on knives and stuff like that, but I think it's really interesting how people get into a career path like that and, take that kind of a risk. Like, there's no way I would be hanging out thinking like, oh, I've got nothing to do today. Let me go swallow a sword. Like, it's just not really like my list of like priorities. It's just, it's not.
That's why I
really
thought his
there.
parents were doing it, because that's not like something you just, like the whole genuine thing. Hey, mom, look what I can do. That's not something
Right.
you just come to your parents and just go like, hey, look what I can do,
Oh,
unless
yeah.
they already do it.
Right.
So,
Definitely not. Well, it's just like, I decided to learn how to swallow swords, to eat fire, throw knives, juggle all of those. I decided to do that like anybody decides to do anything that they like to in life. They see somebody else do it, and then they think, you know what? Yeah, I
can do that.
And then they go give it a shot.
I like
who's
it.
more worried about you doing it, your mom or your dad?
Oh,
Or your
geez. Like,
wife.
both of them worry the same amount. Both of them worry about the same amount. It's like definitely for my health and my safety and all that, and the my longevity, all that. Because I mean, they love me. I'm their kid, and they don't want
Yeah.
anything bad to happen to me.
You stress them out so much. I can already tell. What about if it's
You
like
betcha.
between your parents and your wife? Who do you think's the bigger stressor?
Oh, the parents, most definitely. Because my wife sees me do this all the time. Like she'll come out to the Renaissance fairs that I perform at, and she'll watch the show, or she just watch the audience from the sidelines because she loves watching the audience reactions. But she knows like how often I do it. She sees me do it more often than anybody else in this world, so she knows that I know what I'm doing. And now, what she doesn't like is whenever I mention a new stunt, like say the fire sword or something like that. Is like that's when she says 2 words: life insurance. She does get nervous about those, but after she sees me do some stunts time after time, she's fine. There was actually a great example of that is the grand finale stunt that we do in the knife throwing show, at least grand finale for now, is the veiled knife throw, where she stands up against the board, and I put this giant sheet of paper over her so I cannot see her whatsoever. I can see her feet, but that's about it. And then I throw knives through the paper around her without hitting her. And when I suggested that to her, she's like, okay. It was like, I'm fine. Let's go do it. It's like, really? Like that's probably one of the scariest ones that you're going to be doing. You can't see me, I can't see you, and I'm going to be throwing the knives. It's like, yeah, that's fine. And she's been fine every time we've done it.
Wow.
Yeah, she
I'm
has
glad
trust
you
in the
guys
skill.
are in a good space in your relationship. Because I know.
Okay, I know what
Man,
sword I
you ain't
want.
about to put me behind no.
Right.
Me.
Nah.
I
Yeah.
wish you would try to put me behind some paper and throw some knives at me.
I'm like,
man,
I'm good. Thanks.
y'all
I'll
ain't
pass
so
on that.
good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want a traditional. Am I saying this wrong, or correct me if I'm wrong? Boken sword from Japan. It's made from the finest woods.
Oh, you want a boken? You want a wooden sword? You're wanting a wooden practice sword?
It's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, if
It
it's
looks
pretty,
nice.
then by all means, like get whichever
yeah.
one is the prettiest to you. But a boken is a practice sword.
Oh, well then I'm not
I
a
can
pro
see
yet,
you
so
like
I'll
having
start
that,
there.
and you were like
That works.
I like
a
the aesthetic of it.
video, like one of the video game characters. You know, like I could see her being that, like Jenny, and she's got the little wooden sword and the
Yeah.
bone on her head. You know, like it's perfect.
So they're for practice. These are cool.
Well, I mean, it's just like she's dressed as a Flintstone, so a wooden club. That pretty
It
much
would
goes.
make
Oh,
sense.
I have a club. I have a club. Let me go get it.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Do you really? Wow.
She's dressed
Jenny
as Fred
goes
Flintstone,
all
but she
out.
has the little bone on her head, like pebbles.
Yeah, she was like, no, I have to have the bone. Like the outfit without the bone's not. Wow.
Oh, there it is.
I like
Batter
how it
up.
popped up.
Batter
I
up,
forgot all
Jenny.
about it.
What are you gonna do with
Nice.
it? Apparently, I'm
people.
supposed to be. I have a. Wait, where
I'm
is
gonna hit
it?
people with it, of course.
I have a
when
pipe.
I go out later, I'm hitting
I'm
people.
supposed to be smoking. I guess I'm supposed to be like standing like this all the time or sitting
You
like
need a
this.
prop.
This is very like long. Do you see how like long this thing is?
That's cute. That's nice.
It's
Classy.
cute.
Classy.
It's very
Classy.
classy. This is how people used to smoke. So you've got literally like a whole foot between
how I
where you
smoke.
smoke and where you're. Wow.
Yeah.
Remember
it's a,
when you used to have
it's a
to go
status
into
symbol.
restaurants and they had like smoking and non-smoking, and they would literally put you in the smoking section, and then like the non-smoking would be like 2 feet away.
Yeah.
And you'd have to smell
Yep.
all that. Like that's crazy. Like everybody used to fight and get so mad. Like it's my right. Well, I'm from the Midwest, so that's how they all talk. It's my right. We're allowed to be able to smoke wherever I want to smoke. You know, it is just wild how that's changed so much. I just thought about it. I'm
Crazy.
sorry.
Yeah.
Wait,
my,
Cy,
my
what are you
dad
gonna
had
be
a
for
great
Halloween?
thing for it. He said that having a no smoking section in a restaurant is basically the same as having a no peeing section in a pool.
Very true. See, I say that too. I always tell people I don't go to the pool for that reason. Just the thought of people peeing in the pool. I guarantee you somebody's peeing in the pool. They're talking about they pee in the showers, all this stuff. I'm not messing with y'all. No.
And he said it with my luck. He said I'd be swimming backstroking in someone's pee or something like that.
Exactly. You get some in your
I
mouth.
probably
Oh,
swam in so
what?
much pee in my
Like,
life.
No. Like, why would you do this?
You said you probably swallowed so much pee in your life.
No, I said I probably swam in so much pee in
Oh,
my life
I
in
was
all
like,
these pools.
wow, what is going
No, I don't
on?
swallow pee.
So, Cy, Jenny was asking what you were going to be for Halloween.
Well, am I gonna be for Halloween? Because I'm basically gonna be doing the dress as my usual show attire because I'm constantly working. I got a gig, right there on Halloween night at a private party. So I don't really dress up on Halloween anymore. Not like I used to. It's like I dress up as a pirate or swashbuckler every weekend, and then whatever the event calls for.
Jenny, that doesn't look right.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Jenny, that does not look right.
It's right here, this little thing.
It does not look. Just, Cy, I'm sorry. Welcome back. All I can
That's
say is
good.
just.
You get distracted. I get it.
Well, I mean, the way that she's holding it, it just looks like. It just doesn't look right. There's a lot happening today, Jenny. Oh my goodness, you'll have to excuse us, Cy. We're still going through our maturity states, I guess you could say. We're still children.
I'm not growing
Kids
up.
don't grow up; they just get bigger.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's cool that you're going to be working. I know Halloween's got to be a really big day for you every year because of the obvious, right?
It's a
Everybody
big
wants to be entertained.
season. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's a big season. Like I don't just work on the weekends at the Renaissance fairs because that's been my full time thing. But I get booked like during the week. I've been working so much this month, and I've been flying places. I've been traveling all over the place. It's this time of year is when I make the big bucks and when I charge the big bucks too because because sideshow sword swallowers.
How much do you make?
Are,
I'm just kidding.
it
I'm
changes
kidding, I'm
every
kidding,
year,
I'm
but
kidding.
I'm making a living. It's like a basic answer to
There
that
you
is
go.
I'm making a living.
There you go.
I swallow swords for a living. More often than not, throughout the year, I work 2 days a week, and I can afford to live in California.
There you go. That's what I tell. Hey, and you're in Cali too, so I mean that ain't no fun to be able to do that. So congratulations, that's dope.
Thank you.
That is really amazing, Cy. I think it's so cool what you're doing and how your show's evolving. I definitely big kudos and shout out to your wife. I would not want to be behind a piece of paper, just waiting for a knife to come flying through multiple times. I don't need that kind of adrenaline in my life, but I think it's cool to watch. And it sounds like the show's come along so far from, kind of where you said your beginning stages were. So super proud of you and excited. I don't know about this whole, fire thing, but you'll have to keep us posted on that. That sounds kind of scary.
Yeah, you might see it on TV sometime. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. That just sounds so scary. I feel like I'd be so stressed out if I was your wife. I'd be like, there's other hobbies you can get into. Like, we really don't need to do this whole fire thing.
Well,
like, really,
that's
it's
the
okay.
thing. I have my hobbies. This is my profession. And like my hobbies are more normal than anything. I read books. I play video games. I go fencing. Like that's my regular hobby. Like my career is doing all this dangerous stuff.
It's crazy. If everyone could have seen, we're talking about the knives and he just gets up, goes and grabs it, sits down and just pops that thing down his throat like it's just nothing. Like
I
you
still
just asked
remember
him
the
for a glass of
hammer in
water.
the nose thing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. That makes that gets my knees weak. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, that was. And the crazy thing is, you have such a good time with that side. Like you love freaking people out with that particular act, even though you say it's pretty easy. You know,
the blockhead.
Yeah, when you see people cringing, I feel like all performers really love that though.
Yeah, it's like we do. It's because I tell you with my performance, because I typically perform it with patter, with comedy. I'm a comedian as well as I'm a danger comedian overall. And that's why I do it at the Renaissance Fair, is because it's so easy to be able to perform it scary, to make people cringe with that. But that is just as satisfying. And like if you're wanting to perform it all scary like and all disgusting like, you will get the reaction that you want.
Oh my
Have you ever pretended that you were injured?
Oh yeah, I pulled a great prank many years ago at that same Halloween haunted house event that I told you about, the blow up Hillary against the knife board, and that was when I pulled someone up on stage to pull the sword out of my throat, like I do every now and then nowadays. Every now and then. When I swallowed the sword, I snuck a blood pack into my mouth, and so when I bent over and they went to pull the sword out, the blade was completely coated in blood.
No way, that's crazy.
Yeah, the three best reactions that I got one person that just stood there, just shaking, just looking at the sword, or before I like milked it and then told him, like, it's just a joke. And then another one is the lady just goes, oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no. And then the best one was this lady, after she pulled out the sword and saw the blood on it, immediately freaked out, threw the sword to one of the other performers on stage who was standing up there as my assistant for the act, took off running. We never saw her again.
Oh my God.
That would probably be me.
Yeah, but that was the best prank that I've ever pulled up on stage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's not really like a regular. Oh my God. Talk about giving somebody like a heart reaction. I feel like I would have been stressed.
You mean a heart attack?
Yeah.
A heart reaction?
What's
well,
heart
yeah, because like
it.
because it's not necessarily like a heart attack. It's kind of like sometimes your heart feels like it skips a beat for a quick second, and you don't really know like.
I'm gonna let you have that.
How to react to something? Okay, heart attack, whatever.
Scars them for life. If they don't know that I'm okay, it will scar them for life.
Right, Jenny, you can add that to your list of laboratory. Okay.
Laboratory.
Heart reaction.
Well,
Yeah.
that was the
heart reaction.
Heart reaction.
People give you heart reactions. It's been amazing having you back, Cy. Where can everybody go to find out, where you're going to be at next and catch your latest dates for when you're going to be performing, all that good stuff?
So yeah, you can find me. I have my own website now. It's cyruspynn.com. That's CYRUSPYNN.com. That's I try to update my calendar on that. But otherwise, you can follow me on the socials. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at cydeshowcy. It's spelled a little weird.
I love that name.
Yeah, it's fun, right? The spelling is at CYDE show, Cy, CY. You might anybody's listening, I know you might want to add in the comments because again, weird way of spelling it, but it's always fun. People can still easily find me that way.
No, it is. It's a great name, and it's been such a pleasure having you back. Hopefully next year we get to have you back for Halloween again, and then who knows what you'll be doing by then.
Yeah, we shall see. Because again, it's like I got the crossbows going here, and of course, gonna try to do the flame sword between now and then.
Like, what is left to do? You do it all.
I'm trying to become the all-around impalement artist, weapons master. So we'll see what other weapons I throw into the mix.
Oh my God! To be continued, people. To be continued. We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be back. Happy Halloween, everyone! You're listening to the Abbie Knights Show.
In the building, man.
What's poppin', Talks fam? You can now listen to our show on demand. To keep up with our latest shows, some of our favorite moments, and exclusive interviews, make sure you head over to iHeart Radio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.